Hey guys, it's Carrie. I'm looking at reptiles today. Fossils that were identifiable as snakes first appear in the fossil record during the Cretaceous period. The earliest known true snake fossils come from the marine snakes. Leopard gecko, they are nocturnal. They manage to get all the heat they need from basking on rocks. Their distinctly thick tail stores fat, much in the same way a camel's hump serves as a reservoir of fatty tissue. Collared lizard, they have a large head and powerful jaws. Males have a blue-green body with a light brown head. Please subscribe and turn on notifications. Crested gecko. They are a mostly arboreal species, preferring to inhabit the canopy of the New Caledonian rainforests. They are able to jump long distances between branches. This is another common collared lizard. This one's by Bullyland. Gila monster is one of the only few poisonous lizards in the world. It is spelled G-I-L-A but pronounced Gila. Chain king snake. They grow to 122 centimeters. They are shiny black, smooth-scaled snakes with white or yellow chain link bands that cross the back and connect along the sides. Reptiles are a class of vertebrates made up mostly of snakes, turtles, lizards, and crocodilians. These animals are most easily recognized by their dry, scaly skin. Almost all reptiles are cold-blooded and most lay eggs, though some, like the boa constrictor, give birth to live young. Boa constrictor, while they are not aggressive, they are large, powerful snakes that can do serious damage if handled incorrectly. And if handling for someone else, the head should always be controlled. Yellow ball python. They are not venomous and don't have fangs, so a bite may not be as severe as other snake bites. They can grow up to 2 meters in length. The males tend to be shorter and thinner than the females. Green tree python. Their bite can be painful, but they are pretty much harmless. They live up in the trees. Albino Burmese python. Albinism is a genetic mutation in the DNA where the body does not produce melanin, which is the pigment, which results in white skin or scales. Basilisk. This is a mythical creature. In legends, it is a legendary reptile reputed to be a serpent king who causes death to those who look into his eyes. It's not real. Corn snake help control populations of pests such as rodents and insects. Rough green snake. They are very slender and graceful with beautiful solid green backs and yellow or white bellies. Sidewinder or horned rattlesnake. It is a pit viper. Like all other pit vipers, it is venomous. It has an unusual form of locomotion As its body progresses over loose sand, it forms a letter J-shaped impression, with the tip of the hook pointing in the direction of travel. Lizard is the common name used for all squamate reptiles other than snakes. There are over 7,000 species ranging across all continents except Antarctica, as well as most oceanic island chains. They range in size from chameleons and geckos that are a few centimetres long to the 3-metre long Komodo dragon. Basilisk lizard. They can run on their hind legs. Their speed, coupled with specialized scales on the bottom of their feet, allows them to sprint across the water's surface. Green anaconda. These giant non-venomous snakes usually live in or near water in warm parts of South America. They are constrictors, meaning that they usually kill their prey by coiling their body around it and squeezing it until the animal can no longer breathe. They usually hunt at night for mammals, reptiles, and birds, usually just using their mouth and sharp teeth alone. Sometimes they may pull their prey underwater to drown it. After killing their prey, anacondas swallow it whole. 9 months after mating, female anacondas give birth to large litters of live young. A litter can be between 14 to 82 young. Each hatchling measures up to 60 centimetres long, which is 2 feet. Sidewinder or horned rattlesnake. It is a pit viper. Like all other pit vipers, it is venomous. It has an unusual form of locomotion. As its body progresses over loose sand, it forms a letter J-shaped impression, with the tip of the hook pointing in the direction of travel. Chameleon. Their 5 toes are modified into groups. On the forefoot, the 2 outside toes are joined to form one group and the 3 inside toes form another. The hindfoot has the opposite arrangement. This allows them to grasp branches just like our thumbs and fingers can grasp objects. Their prehensile tail also helps because they can wrap it around a tree branch while climbing. Chameleons have 4 layers of skin: the outer protective layer, called the epidermis, the chromatophore layer, which contains yellow and red pigments, the melanophore layer, which has the dark pigment melanin and can create brown and black colours or reflect blue, and the nether layer, which only reflects white. Nerve impulses and hormone changes cause the colour cells in these layers to expand and shrink, and the blending of the different layers creates the colours and patterns that we see. Their eyes have a scaly lid shaped like a cone, with only a small round opening in the middle for the pupil. The chameleon can rotate and focus its eyes separately to look at 2 different objects at the same time. This gives it a full 360-degree view around its body. Based on comparative anatomy, there is a consensus that snakes descended from lizards. Pythons and boas, primitive groups among modern snakes, have vestigial hind limbs, tiny, clawed digits known as anal spurs, which are used to grasp during mating. Eastern diamondback rattlesnake. It is a species of pit viper. They are endemic to southeastern United States. It is one of the heaviest venomous snakes in the Americas and the largest rattlesnake. Amazon tree boa. Like all boas, it is non-venomous. It is found in South America. They grow between 1.5 and 2 meters in length. Lots of different colors and patterns. Coral snake. They are very elusive, burrowing snakes which spend most of their time buried beneath the ground or leaf litter of the rainforest floor. They come to the surface only when it rains or during the breeding season. Coral snakes feed mostly on smaller snakes, lizards, frogs, birds, and small rodents. They have small hollow fangs to deliver their venom. Cobra. Many cobras are capable of rearing upwards and producing a hood when threatened. Cobra venom generally contains neurotoxins active against the nervous system of prey, primarily small vertebrates and other snakes. Bites, particularly from larger species, can be fatal depending on the amount of venom injected. Neurotoxins affect breathing, and although antivenin is effective, it must be administered soon after the bite. The world's largest venomous snake is the King Cobra, found predominantly in forests from India through Southeast Asia to the Philippines and Indonesia. Blue coral snake. It is one of the world's most striking species of snake. It has the biggest venom glands in the world, extending over 1/4 of the length of its body. Pagona or bearded dragon. This refers to the underneath of the throat, which can turn black and become inflated for a number of reasons, most often as a result of stress if they feel threatened. Rock agama. Males bask openly on exposed rocks and show head push-up displays. The larger males take up higher perch positions. When birds fly overhead, they flatten their bodies out. All snake bites must be treated as potentially life-threatening. If you've been bitten by a snake, call an ambulance. Snake bites are either venomous if the snake has injected venom into your body, or dry if no venom is injected. Snake bites may cause pain and swelling around the site of the bite, or there may be very few signs left on the skin. Symptoms that snake venom has entered your body may include dizziness, blurred vision, breathing difficulties, nausea, muscle weakness, or paralysis. Most snake bites occur when snakes are disturbed. The best way to prevent being bitten is by avoiding snakes altogether. Emerald tree boa. It has a large heart-shaped head, a narrow neck, and a stout body that tapers to a long prehensile tail. It is not venomous, but the long curved front teeth can inflict a painful bite. Alligator. Shortly before hatching, the young alligators still inside the eggs begin vocalizing. This helps synchronize the hatching of the siblings and attract the mother to the nest. When hatching begins, mother alligators venture to the nest and begin opening them. Using their powerful jaws, mother alligators gently lift the babies and carry them to the water's edge. The mother stays with them and few predators are bold enough to attempt to eat hatchlings when their mother is near. Crocodile. With courtship and mating, the male and female lift heads and rub jaws, opening their jaws wide but do not bite. They begin to swim parallel, and the male draws the female near with his forelimb and mounts the female to begin copulation. Mating takes place in shallow water, with the male inserting his erect penis that is usually hidden inside the cloaca in the resting state into the female's cloaca, where sperm is used for internal fertilization. It's really difficult to tell males from females. For correct sex identification, the male external genital organ of an immobilized crocodile must be felt out and protruded from its cloaca, and subsequently compared to the similar female clitoris. Iguana, they can grow to 2 meters, including their tail. They have good vision and can see shapes, shadows, colors, and movement at long distances. Horned lizard, they are able to squirt blood from the corners of their eyes through little ducts. This can travel a distance of up to 1 meter. Komodo dragon, they are the biggest and heaviest lizards on Earth. Full-grown adults can reach 3 meters long and weigh more than 140 kilograms. Mostly they weigh around 70 kilograms. These endangered giant reptiles have been around for millions of years. They are powerfully built with wide flat heads, rounded snouts, bowed legs, and huge muscular tails. Their yellow tongues flick in and out as they walk. Komodos are the dominant predators on the islands where they live. They ambush their prey and then pounce on it with powerful legs and sharp claws, then sink their jagged shark-like teeth in. Komodo dragons have relatively weak bite strength. Instead, they rely on their sharp, curved teeth and long, sturdy claws to slash and tear at their prey with astonishing force. The Komodo dragon's tail is as long as its body. Gharial. To initiate courtship, the gharials approach and begin to rub their snout on the head of the other animal, which is called snout rubbing. If this advance is welcomed, the act will continue until both animals are caressing with their snouts along the entire body of their mate. Sea turtle. Their streamlined shells and large paddle-shaped flippers make them very agile and graceful swimmers. In the water, their rear flippers are used as rudders for steering. Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. It has a triangular-shaped head with a slightly hooked beak. Adults are generally a greyish-green colour on top with a pale yellowish bottom shell. They are one of the world's largest species of turtle, weighing between 65 and 130 kilograms. Kemp's Ridley hatchling. They reach maturity between 7 and 15 years of age. Leatherback turtle. The leatherback shell is leathery. It feels almost rubbery. And here are some of my most recent turtles. It is the largest of all living turtles and the heaviest non-crocodilian reptile, reaching lengths of up to 1.8 meters, which is nearly 6 feet, weighing 500 kilograms. They are easy to recognize. Instead of having a bony shell, their carapace is covered by oily flesh and flexible leather-like skin. The largest ever leatherback was 2.5 meters long, 2.5 meters from flipper to flipper, and weighing over 900 kilograms. That's more than 140 stone. Sea turtle. Unlike other turtles, sea turtles cannot retract their flippers and head into their shells. The 7 existing species of sea turtles are the flatback, green, hawksbill, leatherback, loggerhead, Kemp's Ridley and olive ridley sea turtles. Female sea turtles only come to shore every couple of years to lay eggs. Each of the front flippers has 1 claw, while the back flippers may have 1 or 2. Olive ridley sea turtle. It has a slightly slimmer carapace than the Kemp's Ridley sea turtle. It is the second smallest sea turtle and the most abundant one. Red-eared slider turtle. They have poor hearing but good vision and are very sensitive to vibrations. When startled or threatened, they will quickly slide off rocks or logs back into the water. Turtles sometimes look like they're crying, but they're actually getting rid of excess salt. Hawksbill sea turtle. They have a narrow pointed beak, which gives them their name. They also have a distinctive pattern of overlapping scales on their shells that form a serrated look on the edges. They are found in the world's tropical oceans and predominantly in coral reefs. They feed mainly on sponges by using their narrow pointed beaks. Loggerhead sea turtle. They have large heads with powerful jaws. Their carapace is slightly heart-shaped and reddish-brown in adults and subadults. The plastron or bottom shell is generally a pale yellowish colour. Please stay and watch another video with me. I love to read and reply to all of your comments. Thank you for watching my video. See you again soon. See you guys in my next video.